Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we'd give a little bit of an intro there to say big up to our Scottish Celtic cousins. Now, we will be analysing the body language and linguistics of our little lady with the weaponry, with the medieval weaponry in Dundee. Um, but first of all, before I start, I do not, small disclaimer, I do not condone or advocate the carrying of bladed weapons in public. Certainly not in this country, not for any reason, even including self defense, because it's the quickest way to get yourself arrested. Now, I found this video very, very interesting, and I think you will too. And we're also going to analyze the alleged victim, the fella's words, because he's given a very interesting bit of an interview to the Mail, and I found his language to be very interesting. I know English is second language; we have to allow for that. However, I think you'll agree this one's a good one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of the video from the body language guy. This is Jesus Enrique Rosas, and I'm gonna I haven't watched this yet, so I'm gonna mute what he says until we see the video, because I haven't seen this, and he always gives me a giggle. With some of the comments he makes, he has had me in stitches more than once. So if you haven't already seen it, go and see it. I can't believe I had to do this body language analysis. I've already clicked a like on there. I just don't want to hear his analysis before I've done mine, because I don't want any type of bias or anything to come in. So I'm just not going to watch it. We're going to have a nice analysis, and hopefully we will learn something. Now, let's. I don't know. Yeah, we can go back to that, because I think he shows a full video here, doesn't he? Oh, YouTube, stop it. You're driving me mental, mate. Doesn't he show the full clip? He does. I'm sure he does. He must do. Surely he can't just show like tiny little clips. He must show the whole clip. I'm trying to. Here we go. Yeah, let's see. I think that's the fella. Because I can't find many videos that actually show anything. They're just like a few seconds long. The long videos seem to have disappeared. So you know what? Let's look at another one. Let's try and find another one, because oh, it's not Dundee woman. I mean, look, I know that things are getting a little bit stupid, and before I start this, I have to call out to my countrymen and say, look, listen, please, let's not start defacing things or and um, going around vandalising stuff because you're just playing into their hands. It's what the left want. We need to be smart about this. We can't just play into their hands and go, "Oh, let's do this." No, let's not do this. All right, we don't need to be defacing stuff and drawing signs and that. I mean, you know, please don't. You're going to get yourself nicked, and you're just giving the left ammunition to make us look like we're right wing. And I'm far from right wing. Um, so okay, we're gonna have a look at the video. Um,
Show the knife. Show the knife. Show the knife.
Away from her!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch her!
That's
Don't
it.
speak
That's
to her
it.
whoever
Show
you
the
want to
knife.
be. Don't touch my little sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister! She ain't fucking 12! Where's her fucking country? She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate! Where's my fucking country?
Yeah. Show the knife. Maracha.
What you're doing to me, don't touch her!
all right, so I don't know what you noticed there, but let's start it again.
Yes, you have a knife.
Right now, right there, you see this girl here. Now, he is alleged that she was the aggressor. It was all her fault, but why isn't she coming towards him now? Just a question. Why has she got her hands behind her back like that? Now, when we want to look aggressive, even if it's in self-defense, what normally happens is the chin comes down. This is more like a challenge. A chin comes up, showing the throat, trying to make it look that she's not afraid. But clearly she is, because you can hear the fear in her voice. Just have a listen. Now, the stuff's behind her back. She's not stepping towards him, trying to chop him up and bits like that. She's backing off. Watch her eyes. And watch the other girl. She's pulling her phone out. Now, I think this is the one that phones the police. Now, I know I've had to chin people and then they've run to the police before, but this is a different context. And just listen to what they're saying as well.
No! Hey, I'm fucking 12, mate! You're fucking bad and
Why are you fucking it
No,
up?
he's walking towards her and she's backing
No,
off.
show the
Look,
knife.
he's backing
Show the
off.
knife.
Get
Show
the
the knife.
fuck away from her!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Don't touch her!
That's it.
Now, do you notice? I noticed that this girl in the shorts here, I noticed that the camera keeps showing her legs. I wonder why that is. That seems very strange to me. He doesn't bring the camera up to her face. The camera keeps filming her legs for some reason. I don't know why.
That's it. Show the knife.
Look at her back.
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch my little sister!
You hear that? Don't effing touch my little sister. That is fear. That's not pure aggression. That is fear in that voice.
She ain't fucking 12! Where's her fucking country?
Now, look, I understand that it's not my fight. It's not blah, blah, blah. I get it. But this guy here, what on earth is he doing? I could not walk past this. I couldn't. I would have to stop and say, what the hell is going on? Especially when there's kids, and clearly Scottish kids, having an argument with a permanent holiday maker, shall we say, a Browdians, as Jesus might call them. That to me would indicate, hang on, something. If it was like Scottish girls having an argument with Scots fellas, I would say the likelihood is they know them. Let's just calm it down. Maybe say, come chill out, guys. But What? How this guy just walks past? What's this?
She's fucking 12 and you just battered me, mate!
Do you hear that? She's effing 12 and you've just battered me, mate. Find that very, very interesting. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Now, I know but he's following her. Okay? Watch.
You like fucking battered me!
Yeah, so the night. Maratha.
Don't touch your gun to me! Don't touch her!
Right. Now, I get an awful lot from this. An awful lot. Now, I know there's been a lot of speculation online. There's been an awful lot of speculation online. Oh, you got one side going, he didn't do anything wrong. It's all good. Go. And then you got the other side going, well, she's got every right. Now, look, like I said, I do not condone or advocate the carrying of any type of weapon on the streets. It's just, you're just asking for trouble. Seriously, you're asking for trouble. I do believe that we should be allowed pepper spray. I think certainly females should be allowed pepper spray. But then the question is, at what age do you allow them to have it? Well, I think we're being shown on this video what sort of ages we need to be looking at, and as well as adult females, because there was an awful lot of statistics that came up in a video I watched earlier on, and it's really, really concerning. I think the what was he saying? The amount of snuggle struggles, as they're called on YouTube now, has gone up by 21,000. And about 70% were Afghan men. I go and see the videos. They're all over the place. I can't remember all the statistics. And if I implore you, if you really want to go and find out and actually learn something and have a laugh, go and see the body language guy. That's Jesus Enrique Rosas. He's so funny, and you will learn something. I promise you, you'll learn something, and you'll have a good laugh as well. Now, look, I never thought I'd say this, but I am actually proud of our Celtic cousins there over the wall. And you know the Romans, they weren't afraid of anybody. I mean, if they wanted somewhere, they invaded it. But there's a good reason why they didn't conquer Scotland. I wonder what it is. Now, excuse me while I take a sip of my latte from a sachet. We're gonna go into something else as well after this. I'm not going to be on it too long because Justin from Clutch and Pearls is going live. If you haven't already checked him out, go and see him, subscribe, drop a like. He's absolutely brilliant. If you're into true crime stuff, he is one of the deepest diving content creators I've known, and he takes it very, very seriously. And he's a lovely guy, really good guy with a great sense of humor. And he's also learning statement analysis. So you got to love the guy just for that, right? Now, I have noticed that since I've left my last community, that I'm not getting so many views and likes, but I don't care. This is not here for me. This is for you guys, so you can learn this stuff. I really couldn't care less about being monetized. I really couldn't. Money, I hate money. I can't stand the stuff. And not that I'm a communist. I'm not a communist. I'm not, I'm not going to start singing, the Russian national anthem or start, putting up paintings of Joseph Stalin and all that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a communist. However, I'm just not money driven. It's simple. Each to their own. Get a business, do what you need. Yeah, great. I don't care about money, so I don't do things for the money. It's that simple before you start calling me a commie. Anyway, So what we've got here is she's not even in a particular stance. Look, she's got her knees bent, feet apart, but normally in a fighting battle stance, you'd have one foot in front of the other. She doesn't have that. So maybe, I don't know if she's too young to understand. I did martial arts from a very, very young age. So maybe that's just my take on it. But this to me does not seem like she's about ready to charge this guy and start hacking off limbs. I'm sorry, it doesn't. She's showing him what she's got to make him back off, in my opinion. And look, her eyebrows are up. Her eyebrows are raised. And again, her chin is up, exposed in the throat. So she's trying to come across like she's not afraid. But clearly she is. And of course she is. She's what, 12, 13? You know, of course she's going to be afraid. And let's have it right. Before we go much further, let's remember that one of these girls was taken to hospital for concussion because she was apparently assaulted by this guy and his girlfriend or sister or whatever. I can't remember who it was. And that's been widely reported. So it's not like that's a lie. And if you listen to what she's saying there, she's got one girl saying you just battered her. She's 12. You got her calling them kid bashers. It's a very strange thing to say if an assault hasn't taken place. And what I would really, really like to know is, why do we only see that part of the film? Why don't we see what led up to it? Why don't we see the catalyst of what caused this very mental situation? You know, I mean, it is mental. Why should a 12, 13-year-old girl have to brandish medieval weaponry before she feels safe in her own country? I mean, you know, I'm sorry, I saw this stuff coming a long time ago, but, you know, nobody listens, do they? We're just the masses. What do we know? Let's have another look.
Yes, you have a knife.
Telling her, show the knife so I can get it on camera. Yeah. Look, she's looking over there. So she's watching what somebody's doing over there, as well as trying to keep an eye. Now she's in the battle stance. Now she's got one foot in front of the other. But she's trying to stand her ground. But notice again. Now, when we want to appear threatening, when we're really not afraid of something, what we tend to do, and don't take my word for it, there are plenty of books. Read Joe Navarro. Go and watch Greg Hartley. Chase Hughes, they eloquently put to us what that sort of behavior looks like. I would go and see them. They're the experts. They know a lot more about body language and stuff than I do. But typically, when we want to appear threatening and we're not afraid, the elbows come out. We do. You know what a cobra does? It flattens its neck to create a hood to make itself look bigger. Well, that's pretty much what we do. That's exactly what we do with our elbows. Our elbows come out trying to make our bodies look bigger. If you don't believe me, watch chimpanzees, even young chimpanzees. Watch young siblings, chimpanzees, fight over food and other stuff. Watch what they do. Their arms come out, their chins come down, and they'll chase off the attacker. They don't care. But she's not doing this. And her eyes are wide. I don't see much furrowing the brows coming down. So this isn't pure anger. This is fear. This to me is fear.
Are you fucking with us?
You're fucking kid bashers!
Show the knife. Show the knife. Show the knife.
Get away from her!
Show the knife. Show the knife.
Can you see what she's doing there? She's frightened. And why did this guy keep filming this girl's legs? Why isn't the camera up so you can see her face more?
Don't touch her!
Look,
That's
why,
it, that's
why
it.
is the
Show the
camera
knife.
always
Don't
down
touch
there?
my sister!
Show the knife. That's it.
Don't fucking touch
Show the knife, show the knife. Yeah, so you can get it on camera and get it arrested. People, listen, these people that antagonize and cause this situation, they know our laws. They know that as soon as you pull out something like that, you're nicked. They've got you. Don't play into their hands.
my little sister! She had fucking 12! Where's her fucking hatchet? She has fucking 12 and you
And this guy who just walks past, I mean, who the hell is he? Sort yourself out, mate. There are kids here being clearly afraid, and something has clearly happened. And he just walks past like nothing's going on. I mean, I couldn't do it. Me personally, I couldn't do it. And I might get into trouble for it, but I couldn't. They're kids. And there's an adult male who does not have a Scottish accent and very frightened young girls with a Scottish accent. I think I'd be able to discern what's going on there.
just battered me, mate! You like fucking battered me!
Yeah, show the knife. Maratha.
What you're doing to me, don't touch her!
Don't touch her. Don't touch her. Now, I'm sorry, but that does not sound to me like it's a racially motivated attack by young Scottish girls. Now, it's been speculated that these girls are part of a gang. Okay, now let me put that to bed for a start. I was brought up in a very, very rough area, and a couple of rough areas, to be honest. We did move about quite a bit when I was really young. And I know what gangs look like. And I'll tell you something now. These girls are not part of a gang. If they are, it's the smallest gang in the country. And on top of that, if these girls really are part of a gang, where's the rest of the gang members? Because I can tell you for a fact that if this was in an area where I was brought up or I've lived, and these girls were part of a gang, the rest of that gang would have been there before this video ended, and that guy would have gone to hospital as well. There wouldn't just be a teenage girl going to hospital from concussion from an alleged assault by him and his sister, dragging her by the hair, punching her and kicking her. And we're going to look at his language in a minute to see if that's true. Let's see if we can discern what the truth is from his language alone. So I'm sorry, I don't believe for 1 minute that they're part of a gang. Not for a second. Where are the rest of the gang members? Where are they? Where are gang colours? And is this guy in hospital yet? Because I can guarantee you that if these girls are part of a gang, that guy would very, very likely already be in hospital. He would have been battered senseless and maybe even shanked up, because that's what the world's becoming like on the streets of this country. And that's just fact. That's not political opinion or anything. I don't really get involved in politics. I hate politics. But I can see what's happening since this video. You know, and again, I've got to shout to my countrymen and say, look, let's not bother going around defacing mosques and alienating all Muslims. All right. It's not, and he's not even a Muslim by the sound of it, but mosques are starting to be defaced. And no, that's not the way to go, guys. Seriously, it's not. You know, you're just fueling their fire and saying, oh, they're just going to say, look, this is what we've got to put up with you on. And we already know that our government, it looks to be very much on the side of, well, I mean, just look at the migrant boats. It's been plainly stated in the papers that our Home Secretary has said that the migrants' rights come above our rights in our own country. Now, that to me is mind-boggling. I don't understand it. But at the same time, guys, please do not go to mosques and start spray painting stuff on them or start vandalizing stuff. It is not the way forward. It really isn't. There are better ways to deal with this, and it's not by vandalizing mosques. We can't blame the whole Muslim community, because I have met Muslims that have embraced this country and love it. So it's not all of them. So let's not alienate all of them, please. Okay? And you're just going to get yourselves in the shit. You're not going to get any help in prison. So, and what good are you in jail? You can't protect anybody in prison. Just think about it, man. Stop playing into their hands. You know, these people that want civil unrest in this country, we're giving it to them because we're doing exactly what they want us to do. We've got to be smarter. We have to play this thing smart. This has been going on for decades. This has been building up for decades, at least 30 years that I can remember. I was saying back when I was 19, 20 that there's going to be civil war in this country, and look how close we are to it now. This isn't a purge. Come on, guys. Let's not get mental and start doing stupid things, yeah? So there we have it. We've got the body language of that girl and the linguistics, and we can hear the fear in her voice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up what I found about the alleged victim. Now, have a look at this, because this is packed full of really interesting stuff. Now, let's go through this slowly. For those of you just joining, welcome. Hope you're going to find this interesting. Now, all right, so we've got Daily Mail is reporting migrant threatened by axe-wielding 12-year-old girl in Dundee speaks out. All right, by Sam Courtney guy. This is him, and this is his missus. All right, good-looking girl. Now, it's been alleged that this guy isn't even from the country he says he's from. It's been alleged that he's changed his name. But look, posts were amplified by prominent figures, including Robertson, whose real name is Stephen Yaxley Lennon. You know, got to get him in. Got to have a stab at him, haven't you? Elon Musk is even getting involved in this, and so is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has even had plenty to say. Does that not tell you something when world leaders are literally asking questions like what's going on in that country and how can this happen? You know, Keir Starmer, Prime Minister, I urge you, please start listening to your people. Start listening to them and start seeing what is going on around you. Wake up and smell the coffee, because you are plunging this country into a civil war. And if you don't do something to stop it, you're going to get it out of control. It's going to go mental. And I don't want that. And I'm sure you don't want that. So please start listening to your people. Now, this is what he said to the Daily Mail. I have seen the social media and it's blown up. In the video, she's saying, "Don't touch my sister. She's only 12. I never touched her. I didn't hit her. I swear on my life. I have a baby now. I would never hurt someone. If she's only 12, why was she messing with me and having weapons? I was going to the shop and she was stopping me going on my way. If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? I am not an illegal migrant. I have not done anything. I did not hit them. I am a human, not an animal. Now, this is beautiful. It is beautiful. Now, bearing in mind, I have to say, look, English is not his first language. Okay, but in this instance, it doesn't make any difference. Now, allegedly, when the police turned up, he said he couldn't speak English. But he seems to speak very good English in that. And he seems to speak very good English to the Daily Mail. Now, I don't know what questions were put to him here. I'd really like to know, and I'd love to interview this guy. So if you're out there, fella, if you are the guy in this video, Mr. Dumana, please come on and have an interview and let's talk about this. You know, let's see if we can figure out what really happened. Because clips of videos and little clips of what you said and little clips of what they said and the mother said, it's not going to work. We need to know the full story before we can make any decisions. However, having said that, there are a couple of things I did notice. He says, I have seen the social media and it's blown up. Okay, so blow it down for us then. In the video, she's saying, don't touch my sister. She's only 12. I never touched her. Now, that sounds in itself a reliable denial. I never touched her. I didn't touch her. It's close to what we would look at as, you know, a truthful denial. However, we have, I didn't hit her. I swear on my life. I have a baby now. I would never hurt someone. So basically, I didn't hit her is not enough for him. We call this qualifying language. I swear on my life, I have a baby now. I didn't hit her, I swear, because I have a baby. And that means I won't hurt anybody. So what we call this is qualifying language. And it's textbook. It is a textbook qualifying statement. Because he feels I didn't hit her isn't enough. So he's had to qualify that with I swear on my life, which is textbook deception. If ever you hear I swear to God or I swear on my life or honestly, you just know it's very likely to be deceptive. So I swear on my life, straight away, red flag. I have a baby now, he says. So I have kids, but it didn't stop me punching people when they deserved it, or when I thought they deserved it. Sorry, I'm retired now. Right, so having a baby doesn't mean you're not capable of chinning somebody or hurting somebody. That's got absolutely nothing to do with it. And it's called convincing language because he feels the need to convince us by saying, I swear on my life. And on top of that, I have a baby now. So I couldn't possibly have done it because I've sworn on my life and I have a baby. Not good enough. Sorry. I would never hurt someone. Okay. Well, for a start, we're not asking you if you touched a girl with the weapons. It was apparently one of the other girls that got assaulted. What I want to know is, were you involved in that? If she's only 12, why was she messing with me and having weapons? So straight away we have victim blaming. And this is also textbook deception, because not only is it victim blaming, but it's also, don't look at me, look at her. She's the one who had the weapons. He obviously knows the law to the extent where he knows that you're not allowed to carry weapons, even if you're a 12, 13-year-old girl who feels threatened by adult males. Okay? So that to me is quite concerning. And then he says, I was going to the shop and she was stopping me going on my way. Well, then why is she backing off from you? Why do these girls sound so scared? And why is she backing off? And why are you following her? Why are you moving towards her? If the law in this country says that you have to do everything you can to remove yourself from a violent situation. Otherwise, it's called antagonizing. All right, you're provoking somebody, and stepping towards them during an altercation, a verbal altercation, is antagonizing somebody. You are provoking somebody to violence. If you make them fear for their own safety to the point where they feel they have to brandish weapons and you step towards them, you are not removing yourself from the situation. You are actively provoking the alleged offender. All right. So that's one there for me. And where's the rest of the video? Show me the rest of the video, Mr. What's his name? Mr. Dumana. Apparently he's not from Bulgaria either. He's from Albania or something like that. I don't know. There are videos on here that tell you. If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? Another textbook deceptive statement. If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? Well, maybe because the police weren't aware that a young teenage girl was assaulted at the time. They were too busy arresting this young girl for defending her. It's since been reported that he has apparently been arrested for assault. But I'm trying to find a verification of that. So he should at least be arrested for inciting violence, in my opinion, because that's exactly what he's doing, inciting violence. I am not an illegal migrant. I have not done anything. I did not hit them. I am a human, not an animal. Well, now, none of that is what we would call a reliable denial. So, first of all, he says, I never touched her. Okay. Now, he may not have touched the girl that we're referring to here, but it seems that somebody certainly touched the girl that went to hospital. And if the mother of these girls, if the parents of these girls are listening, please get in touch with me and come on and I'll interview you and we'll talk about this. Anything you're allowed to talk about, we'll talk about. I'd love to speak to the parents because there's a lot more going on than what this fella wants us to know. Because we've got more qualifying language here. I am not an illegal migrant. I have not done anything. Well, I beg to differ. You absolutely have. You've just provoked a young teenage girl. I did not hit them. Now he's saying there's only one girl that got hurt. I did not hit them. And it's also alleged that this guy didn't punch her. He kicked her in the head several times. This is what's been alleged by the girls. So when he says, I did not hit them, he's telling the truth. He's being honest because he didn't hit them and he didn't hit them all. Them is a pronoun that points to others. not inclusive of himself. It's not us or we. I didn't hit them. I did not hit them, which that is a plural, not her. I didn't hit them. Well, nobody's asking you if you hit them all. I'm asking you if you hit the girl that was hospitalized for concussion. But we don't hear that. We don't hear him deny that. And then he goes on to say, I am a human, not an animal. Okay. I didn't ask if you were a shapeshifter or an alien. We're asking you what happened. And we're not getting the truth from this guy. Now, I know his English is his second language, so we have to make allowances for that. But we don't see any type of, linguistic disposition that would suggest that he's struggling with the English language. It seems to me, and from what I can hear on the video, he seems to speak English very, very well, better than I can, I might add. So, and then we can hear him saying, yeah, show the knife, show the knife. Do you hear the way he's saying it? Go back and watch the video. The way he's saying it, he's not afraid for his safety or the female that he's with. Otherwise, it would show in his voice. And he would be backing off. He wouldn't follow these girls and step towards them. You would back away. You'd think, oh, I'm getting out of this situation. But no, instead, this fella walks towards her saying, yeah, show the knife with a camera that seems to conveniently keep filming this young girl's legs, which, I find a little bit concerning, to be honest. And I'd love to get this fella on, but I can't see him coming on. I really can't. He's not going to come on this channel. Too small for a start. And secondly, I think he knows he's going to be toast. That's my opinion, my honest opinion. So yeah, this is what's going on in this country. And you can go and see there are apparently the men of Scotland are now taken to the streets to patrol their streets and keep their kids safe. Now, all power to the Scots for that. It's about time. And nobody's saying these fellas in Dundee and other places in Scotland are patrolling the streets for hassle, for trouble. It's a deterrent. It's simply a deterrent. And our government can't really say anything about that. The government can't really moan about Scottish men patrolling the streets, making sure their kids are safe. Obviously, the government aren't going to do it, but the government can't moan at these fellas. Otherwise, they have to say, well, okay, we're going to have to stop these guys in the Muslim neighborhoods enforcing Sharia law. They're allowed to enforce Sharia law. We should be able to enforce the safety of our own children just simply by walking the streets. They can enforce Sharia law in the Muslim communities. We should be allowed to patrol the streets as a deterrent to protect and stop the SA and the G gangs, doing what they're doing to young kids. And I'm 100% behind that. 100% behind that. And anybody who isn't, sorry, we're unlikely to be friends. It's that simple. Now I'm going to be finishing early because Justin's going live again soon, and I really want to watch that. He's much better at this stuff than I am. But thank you for watching. I hope you learnt something. I'm not going to drivel on too long, but this in itself here, what we can see here is deception. He's not being honest, in my opinion. Statement analysis is telling me that this is not an honest denial. It's just mind-boggling. How much deception is just in these few lines. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I'm trying to see if I can see any more. Don't touch me. I never touched her. No, I didn't touch her. I never touched her. That's not quite the same. I didn't hit her. I swear on my life. You know what I mean? It's like, so not swear to God. I swear on my life. I have a baby now, so I can't possibly hurt anyone. I would never hurt someone. It should be never hurt anyone. But who's this someone? Who's somebody then? I know his language is English language is his second language, but I would never. He doesn't seem to have an issue with the English language anywhere else. So this is interesting. I would never hurt someone. You would normally say I would never hurt anyone, and even plenty of foreigners I've heard say the same thing. I wouldn't do that to anyone. So this could be deceptive. I would never hurt someone. Maybe he's deliberately put that in because it does sound odd, and he doesn't seem to struggle with English that badly. But this could be a linguistic disposition here. This could be, because he's foreign. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But then, if she's only 12, why was she messing with me and having weapons? Well, she was messing with you, mate, because I think she felt threatened personally. And having weapons, so he knows that she shouldn't have weapons. And you can tell on the video, I was going to the shop and she was stopping me going on my way. For what reason? What happened? She was stopping me going on my way. That doesn't explain what happened. It's just too generic. How was she stopping you going on your way? What did she do to stop you? And he says she, not they. So he's saying she, not they, was stopping me going on my way. So according to him, he was going to the shop and she, just her, was stopping me going on my way. Now, I find it very hard to believe that young girl by herself just decided to stop this guy from going to the shops. I find it very, very hard to believe from the evidence I've seen. That does not ring true to me. And he doesn't say they were stopping me going on my way. He says she was stopping me. So what were the others doing at the time? If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? Well, apparently you have been nicked now, mate. And he goes on to say, I'm illegal and I have not done anything. It's like, well, if I did do it, why am I? It's just full of deception. If I did hurt the girl, why? This is classic. This is classic deceptive. Answering a question with a question. If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? That's another thing that we look out for. Statement analysis, answering a question with a question. So he uses the she pronoun, not the they pronoun. If you notice, we have somewhere he actually where are we? He goes, if I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? That's because he's talking about the girl with the weapons. She's not the one that got hurt. So that's another deceptive statement there. Why didn't the police arrest me then? Well, because they were probably dealing with this incident first, then they came back and nicked you. That's, kind of thing that police do. They nick somebody, investigate, and they think, oh, okay, maybe there's something bit more to it, and they come and nick you for the same investigation. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has been nicked. That video in my opinion, if that was me in filming that, I'd be in trouble, big trouble. They would go, yeah, but you're going towards her. I wouldn't even be mixed up with young girls like this. There's no reason whatsoever for me to end up in an argument with teenage girls. Absolutely none. So I wouldn't get wrapped up in this. But if that was me filming somebody and stepping towards them, then I'd probably get nicked for inciting violence. I'm not an illegal migrant. I've not done anything. I did not hit. There we go. There's the them. So we have a pronoun shift. So he says, why was she messing with me and having weapons? I was going to the shop and she was stopping me going on my way. If I did hurt the girl, why didn't the police arrest me? I am not an illegal migrant. I have not done anything. I did not hit them. I am a human, not an animal. So we flag that massive, big red flag there, because it's a pronoun shift. He's shifting from she to them. Now, if we hadn't already seen deception, that in itself would indicate deception, because we have a pronoun shift that's not in context. We don't expect a pronoun shift here. He's been talking about she, her, now it's them. Now, like I said, English is not his first language, so we have to take that into consideration and give him the benefit of the doubt. However, pronouns are so powerful that we cannot ignore them. Pronouns are very, very powerful in language, and whether English is your first and second language, the pronouns are the same. When we get a pronoun shift like this, I mean, he doesn't seem to worry about, he doesn't get mixed up before this. I didn't hit her, I swear on my life. So we've got a deceptive statement there. If she's only 12, why was she messing with me and having weapons? She was stopping me from going on my way. If I did hurt the girl, right? Notice girl, not girls, girl. Why didn't the police arrest me? I'm not illegal. I've done that. I did not hit them. And that's massive. That really is massive. Huge pronoun shift from her, she to them. So now there's a group of them. I did not hit them. No, it's actually alleged that you kicked her in the head several times. So that is technically an honest statement. I did not hit them. No, because it's alleged that you kicked her instead. Apparently, it was a female that dragged her by her hair and punched her and kicked her. You apparently, allegedly, just kicked her. So that would be, you could say that that's an honest statement, but it's not, because there's a big pronoun shift. And I did not hit. If he said I didn't hit her, we'd say, yeah, that's a reliable denial. Remember, what does Pete Hyatt say about reliable denial? It has to contain the pronoun I. Then it has to have I didn't, which is a contracted denial, or did not, which is accepted, but contracted. It's what we know as a contracted denial when they say I didn't. And then the allegation as it is presented to them. If we do not see these three things, we cannot call it a reliable denial. And what does Peter Hyatt say? In the absence of a reliable denial, what we must not do is say it for them. We never say it for them. We listen to their words and we believe them. If they are not prepared to place themselves in a statement, we do not do it for them. And in the absence of a reliable denial, we must not say it for them. We allow their own words to guide us. Peter Hyatt teaches us this time and time again in his videos and in his book. So when we get a pronoun shift like this, it's huge. It's generally huge, and it's big here as well. I am a human, not an animal. So he's trying to humanize himself here. I'm a human, not an animal. Well, animals bite and scratch. Nobody's saying that you've bitten and scratched somebody. We're asking if you've kicked her in the head several times and incited her to violence. I would imagine. I don't know what these questions are, but you're not convincing me, buddy. You're really not convincing me, and you've done very little for your cause, in my opinion. This would be marked as deceptive. I would mark this as deceptive straight away. I could see it immediately when I first looked at it. That's deceptive. But the more I look at it, I mean, don't forget, I'm doing this while talking to you. I'm not actually sitting here in quiet, being able to do this. But this is a massive, massive thing. Them, the pronoun shift there. And I'm a human, not an animal. Well, animals don't kick and punch unless you're a kangaroo, of course. They kick. And what are them big birds that kick you with their claws in that can kill you? I forget what they're called. Massive flightless birds that jump up and kick you with both feet. And they live in Australia or New Zealand somewhere. Yeah, they kick. But we didn't mention flightless birds from our colonial cousins over in Australia. G'day, mate. Big shout out to Australian buddies. Or a Kiwi for that instance. We asked you if you attacked them, and I've not done anything. I did not hit them. Well, it was her a minute ago. So, by the way, if you want to learn statement analysis from people that have been doing it a lot longer than me, go and see Never a Truer Word, Practical Linguistics, Deception Detective. Of course, you've got to go and see Deception Detective. Peter Hyatt, that's still got his videos up. And for all of you that are interested in body language, Behavior Panel, obviously they are, about the best at what they do, where non-verbals are concerned, or behavior in general, especially Chase Hughes, he's absolutely brilliant. Also, behavioral arts, go and see Spidey, he's funny. Observe, Logan Portenier at Observe, he's extremely good at body language. He's Ekman certified, Professor Paul Ekman, discovered micro expressions, very famous man, very intelligent and clever man. And also with body language, obviously the body language guy, Jesus Enrique Rosas, because he is funny as hell and you will learn something. The fact that you're having a laugh means you will learn something. You've got to learn it. Otherwise, if you don't learn something after you've watched one of his videos, even if it's one thing, you are either not paying attention or you're listening to it in a language you don't understand. Because some of the comments he makes, he's had me in tears more than once. He's brilliant. I love him. So go and check him out. Drop him a like, even subscribe if you want. I will always say subscribe to the body language guy, and also Justin at Clutch and Pearls and Jay Scott at Guilty of Crime. Go and see them. I'm going to sign off now. For those of you who are just coming in, hello, goodbye. You missed an awful lot. Go back and watch the video. But before I go, I must say, I have to say to the people of England, please do not go around defacing and vandalizing property. It is not the way forward. It is not how we're going to sort this stuff out. You're just going to get yourselves nicked. Because if they're nicking people for Facebook posts, trust me, you're going to get jail for defacing a mosque. And they're going to call it a racially motivated vandalism, which is going to give you even more time. As soon as they say it's racially motivated, you're in big trouble. So don't do it. You can't make a difference from the inside of a prison cell. Be smart. We have to think smart about this. Okay? Please, guys, don't be doing that. Operation Fly the Colours, absolutely. Put up the English flag. Yeah, but don't go around defacing mosques and antagonizing the Muslim community. Because the far left want us to do that. They're showing, look, let's not play into their hands. Let's try and end this peacefully without any violence on the streets. Because we all suffer when that happens. So I beg you, please don't make this crazy. Think about it, be smart, and look after each other, and just back each other up and be smart. Don't be morons and robots and play into their hands, because you're the ones that are going to lose in the end, and the country needs our people now. We don't need them banged up for racially motivated slurs on walls. Come on, guys, we're better than that. So please, let's put a stop to that and show that we are more mature and we can think this through. Thank you for those that joined. Anybody that have watching this back, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And until then, much love, peeps. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and think and be smart. Okay? All right. Much love, peeps.